Welcome to a slightly stormy morning in Project Eden for Empyrion Galactic Survival. In this video we're going to have a bit of a change of pace from the constant combat of when we were taking down the Karana archives in this area here. And what I've done since the end of the last video is I've gone out and done a bit more exploration. I came up here and I found a Karana logistics center, although it's a little bit close to the seam of the map there. And then what I did is I followed this kind of slightly squiggly route across this area here, following the resources. I did find some Estrum, so if I show you here, there's only one more Estrum deposit to find. I also found the Piranha drone base here as well, and also found a Xerox factory, which could be worth a look at. So there's still a lot more things to look at in this part, and of course we've still got the Karana Garden and the Karana Trading Station to take a look at. But what I want to do in this part is do a little bit of maintenance, because if I show you in here, I come to the bottom of my capital vessel, things have got a bit messy, and it might explain why my sentry guns were firing at random events when I pulled up against the Karana archive. And the other thing also is I want to add a bit more storage as a junk box, so that when I'm actually looting I don't have to keep stopping and sorting everything out into different places. The other thing I also want to do is do a little bit of an upgrade to my SV here. You can see I've also lost a couple of blocks, which is worrying. I've already put a couple of pulse lasers on, but what I do want to do is actually try out what they called let me see if we go into the constructor, go to weapons. I want to try out a couple of these small Vulcan cannons, and you've got the ammunition next to it, which is only steel plates and nitrocellulose, and they actually look like kind of ammo boxes. And you can see that these Vulcan turrets do a bit more damage than, if I show you up here, these are the normal SV minigun turrets like I've got on the top. You can see this only does what was it? That 280 damage. The Vulcan does 320. Also fires a lot more rounds, and it's also a bit quicker. I think if you rate of fire 600, rate of fire for the minigun is 200, so it's a lot faster as well. But I think we're going to work on the capital vessel first. In fact, let's just kick off the what I need to do to make things. Actually, I need to do a calculation first. Let me just see. Actually, what we'll do is, while I'm doing the calculation, we'll kick off the... got no idea how long. Now, I've got the templates for the Vulcan... See, I've got 60 templates for small Vulcan turrets. I've also got one for a Sentinel flak turret, and also a heavy railgun turret. Although, to be honest, I'm not exactly sure where I would want to put those. I think these are base-related turrets. But this one is actually for an SV, which you can see here. Like this one here, it's a small Vulcan round HV SV. So we're gonna make two of those. And then what I want to do next is find a location for my extra storage. Actually, I've quick look in here, see if I can fit any in the machine room. What I'm looking to do is put some storage in, so that when I'm looting somewhere, just dump all the junk in there. I mean, we got a little bit of space here, but that would be what, 1, 2, 3, with the container connector in the center there. Not really feeling it, to be honest. In fact, there's one thing I wouldn't mind doing. Just come in here. There's one thing about when I come into this room from time to time, is that I fall off the top. Actually, we got a couple of Xeno blocks what I picked up from looting the Karana. I'm gonna have to turn the shields off as well. I think what I will do is we'll put a maybe across like that. Put a little kind of entrance way across the top here, so that if I walk in here now, I don't drop straight down into the main machine room. I think I've got as the Cool, I think it's in survival supplies, isn't it? Yep, okay. Need to get that there. Let me just drop that there. Wasn't actually intended to do this, but what should we do? And just put, don't want anything particularly elaborate here. I just want to get rid of that kind of slightly alien look. Back along there like that. Anyway, that's a complete and utter digression from the other thing I wouldn't mind doing is I want to put a fridge in here. Oops, don't want that, I want this. Have I got any fridges? I mean, I've got so much junk. Building supplies. Not about the only thing I haven't got is a fridge. Is there anything else? I don't think I've got. Oh, we got a bed, but we don't have. Oh, we got a fridge for an SV. Give me an idea. Let me just read that. Got absolutely no idea where it went, but what's out there? So I put the. If I put the bed up on the wall there, I don't sleep very often, so we'll make this into an anti-gravity bed with a couple of belts on, so I can belt myself in when I want things. So we're gonna have to make a fridge for the capital vessel. You can use the advanced constructor down here to fridge or CV fridge, please. And what I want this fridge for is to be able to dump things in again when I'm looting. Go in there and I'll just put that in the ammo container. Oh, well, that's okay. Ammo. Which I could put the fridge here, couldn't I? No, I think we're going to put it back up where we got before. I think I'll just put it next to here. The next question is, where am I going to put my excess storage? I don't want to need a vast amount. I could put it on these walls up here, but I think I'd have to take this carbon composite off, and I want to keep as much room in here as possible. In fact, I think what we might do is just change this up a little bit here. We just see. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 across there. I mean, I could wall this in completely. Then I could come back a little bit. So we got 5 across the top. We could go one more in on this side with the hardened steel block, because this is inside the ship. Yeah, I think we're just gonna retrieve. I don't want this in the ammo box. Let me go to, is it constructor out? Yeah, we got loads of blocks and stuff in there. So we're gonna come in here, take that one, retrieve that block there, take the windows out as well. Yeah, I think we do that. Then that would give me 7 across the top. I can come out when the hangar's big enough to come out 1, so that would give me 14. Yeah, we could put the actual container on just behind it as well, so that would give it a bit of extra protection. I think that will work. In fact, I could do a double row here, couldn't I? I could put in the actual container connector there, put this in here, and then put that across there. But to keep the window effect going, I think we don't want that. Where's the building supplies? Got 15 armored windows, so I mean, I've got them, so I might as well use them. So for argument's sake, I could put the armored windows across like that. Actually, it doesn't look very nice, does it? I'm kind of thinking, yeah, I think if we put in something like that, put these across, like, we create a kind of visual effect where we can see the warp drive through there. like that. Actually, I could take out these lower ones, couldn't I? Maybe that's a change. Just leave you, and you. Okay, just pick these up again. If we can create a kind of big visual window here. But I've absolutely no idea how to do this. I think we... Is that the right way around? I know there's a right and a wrong way for these, but then you could claim that we've got to shield everyone from the effects of the... Oops. Seem to have one in the background here, which I didn't pick up. So say for argument's sake, I put in one there, one there. That. And we can. Where's the that one? Put one across there, one across there, like that. And we can put that in there, so we got. And of course, the advantage is that these go to here. These actually have got nearly more hit points than the hardened steel blocks. So what we need at the back here now is at least, I think if I do about 10 or 15, whoops, what we call it, blocks. Yeah, I think that, I mean, we got something a little bit weird. It's not very nice, is it? Have I got anything better than that? Okay, let's just retrieve the blocks in the center. I don't really like that visual effect. Maybe I've used the wrong ones. Let me just check. Got any without corners? Ah, there it is. Just back to here. I think that's better. Yeah, that's much better. It gives us a whole visual window there. Get rid of you. Right, I need a call it controller. Where is the controller for SHV? That's the container controller for a CV, which is exactly what we want. And I think if we make about 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, I mean, I can always use the surplus somewhere else as well. And of course, I'm putting it all in the ammo thing again. Wrong place. And we'll just get rid of that. Go to the ammo. And we'll pick up that container controller. Got 4 of those at the moment. What we'll do is we'll just tuck that behind there. Why won't that match? And we'll just kind of fill in across the top like that. Four, 5. Okay, we need some more. That fills that up like that. And then to create a visual effect, I mean, as I say, overall storage isn't that particularly important. Maybe if we put in, I mean, this doesn't have to, Say this isn't about min-maxing, this is about just creating that little bit of extra storage. Okay. Well, I need one, we need, what was it, 1 2 3 plus 7, isn't it? 1 2 3 4. What we've got, need 1 2 3 4 5 7. We need another 10. Get back over here. Just make another 10 of these. Making 11, but that's okay. I mean, I could put another little block in that corner, but I think it'd be okay. Actually, quite like this window. Actually, it gives quite a nice view of the actual warp drive. We can always blend this in with some textures. Right, actually, while I'm doing this, what I can do is get this to auto group and sort itself out. That because what you can do then is find the turrets. I want you doing predators. Leave you on small vessels. Take off bases. Take off the warp drive, thrusters, and actually we could leave thrusters on. Leave mounted weapons on. Leave turrets on. Just apply that to the group. What that will mean is that the ship will defend itself a bit better now. Right, I'm just gonna. What was it? Ammo, wasn't it? We got another 10 blocks. Wow. Up here. Put you across like that. And then visual effect like this. Whoops. Spun out. So that now kind of fills this error in here. And then, whoops. Get rid of that. And, right, we need to keep that theme going. You on this side like that. And in the center here, I think we'll just keep it simple. Actually, no, we've got these blocks coming down here. They're not gonna. It's not gonna play, is it? So you can kind of just emphasize that, but at the same time, keep it plain in the center there, like that. And what we could do is, oops, just make you yellow there, and then just give me a sight line like that there. In fact, okay, there's no real options for actually turn it that way. That gives me a visual sight line of the center line of the ship should I need it, and then just put you back on plane, put you on grey, and kind of lighten that little patch up there like that. And then maybe we'll just kind of highlight the window like that as well. So that effectively recreates that end there. What we need to do now is hopefully the new one will be in here if I can find it. Container controller, and what I'm going to do is call this loot box, and we'll just access it. So that gives me 160,000 storage when I'm looting. So it means what I can do now is when I'm doing a POI like I've just been doing, I can just dump everything into there. The other advantage is that if I loot down like I did after I finished the Kamana archive, I can then show you guys what I've actually found in that building. I must admit, I got a lot of ammunition from that place. Again, just to show you, see here, I've got loads and loads of ammunition here, lots of other bits and pieces as well. It was actually the ammunition that I recovered, this LS Charge SVHV, I think that's the one, which actually got me to put the pulse lasers onto the SV. So well, that was the idea. That's what triggered it. Right, so that's the capital vessel done. I think we're generally ready to go. What I want to do now is just get up and I'm going to do a little bit of work on the SV. But because the turrets should be finished by now. I can remember where to in. Where were you putting them? Okay, that you've put them into the constructor out area. Now if we hook to constructor out, we're gonna need some ammo, aren't we? Okay. Constructor in. Got absolutely no idea how much we need ammo wise and what the weight is. Right, so each one is 200 rounds. I think if we, I mean, it's not gonna. I mean, if I make a lots of large quantity of that. So if we start with about 20 of them, it's not like I've got a shortage of nitrocellulose and steel plates, because I find the logs in here wherever they've gone. When I was cutting the trees down to clear space for the, when I took the CV to the Karana archive, I did cut down quite a lot of logs. Anyway, back to what. Right, we've got these small Vulcan turrets. I'm assuming they've got the same footplate. They've got the same footprint as the sentry gun. Question is, where are we going to put them? I don't really want to take the sentry gun on. I want to augment the existing thing. So let me just see, where can I fit these? Wow, okay, we could put them on. I mean, actually, it could be quite nice to put them. Say, for argument's sake, no. With that, say I put them on. Always a bit tricky when you really needs to be put in somewhere flat. We could put it there. Just turn that round there. We'd need to put them on the side between these two. That would work, but I'd have to reshape. Actually, that might even be better there. But what we'd have to do is reshape the hull underneath, give some reinforcing. I mean, there's 3 blocks there, so let me just put in like that. No, that's the wrong. It's one level down too low, isn't it? Okay, we'll just take you off. I'll just retrieve you. The only annoying thing when I did that looting for the archive was the fact that I didn't get any more good epic weapons. So what we're going to need to do is now take out. We've got these blocks here. So if we retrieve that block there, that block there. Trying to expose the container extenders, but that's okay. We're gonna put that there, take that out, take that out, like that. Gonna make the ship look a little bit chunky, but I don't think there's much I can do about that. We got these are steel blocks. Wondering if I got anything a bit better. There's my shipbuilding materials. No. This is cut. Well, actually, what I just thought, what I can do is, where was it? It was in constructor out, wasn't it? Right. We're just gonna put these back. But what I'll do is I'll upgrade them once they're back in situ. we just drop that in there on each side. I know I'm going to lose the profile of the ship a little bit here, but I think there's much I can do about that. What I'm going to do now is break that, go to constructor in, break that, come here, go for an upgrade, and we're going to take you guys to, I think it's a bit tougher. Really what I need is another 6 blocks, isn't it? I think that 6 blocks would work. I mean, that only comes out half a block, doesn't it? Yeah, we need another 6 blocks. Constructor. Right, let's go into constructor out. Let's just make... These only go for HV. They're no good. Why can't we have them for SVs? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Knock out 6 of those. How's the ammunition going? Constructor out. Like that. At the moment, 4,000 rounds of whatever that is. More Vulcan rounds. Now the big $6 million question is, can I put them in here? Ooh. So we got 4,000 rounds of Vulcan ammunition. I'm wondering if I need to take that out, because what I've done is I've moved a lot more of my ancillary supplies into this area that I've got space for. So I put the LS charges in here as well. So we've got quite a wide range of ammunition for the ship now. The other thing I've also done is, if you come here, it says I've got things that says mining lasers. So I'm carrying the mining lasers with me. For some reason, I want to mine an asteroid. I can pull out the plasma cannons and put in that. I'm just gonna put you there. I know, just being lazy. So just come in here and fine. Yeah, that's only a half block. So if I rotate that and rotate you in like that on this side, we'll do it. I know I could put the thing on there, and then I wanted something that, maybe something like that. Just rotate you in like that. So that effectively boosts up the area here. I know, apologies to Jeff Randall for kind of butchering his ship, but that's the way it goes. In fact, I'm going to need, I think I'm going to make another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. Oops. Just rotate that into there like that. So that gives me a couple of hardened positions for the Vulcans. And then what I want is, we got to repair over here. So I've lost a block from here. If I show you on this side, and this is one of the risks that you run when you've got a ship that's quite elaborate like this, is the fact that you don't notice that blocks have been knocked off, is probably the polite way of saying it. So just put in that one there. I think this block is, oops, is just a thin ramp like that. Let's see. Yeah, so that just comes in there. Again, we're just going to make it into a hardened. Actually, just have a quick look. Right, that needs titanium plates. I think what we'll do is we'll just flip that out, reconnect that, and we'll just harden up. Don't want to go too far. Want to harden up. Oops. How about these? Just harden these front two because it. I think we're good to go now. Maybe we're just no. It's there and there and there as well. Yeah, you're already, and maybe that one and that one. Don't want to go too much because the ship's already getting a bit heavy. So I think that is about it. Now the constructor out, I've got a few more blocks, and what I'd like to do is store them. Oh, I already had some blocks in here. Never mind. Pop some of the steel blocks out. Nope, nope. Wrong one. That'll give me something to repair the ship should I need to. And of course, what we're going to need to do now is I need to move this stuff up. Actually, we don't need this in well, we've got weapons. But what I need to do is move this into turrets, don't I? Group, that's it. Brain went a bit blank there. Apologies, guys. I'm just going to move you to turrets. Again, I just want to tidy this up a little bit. Add to group. Turrets. Gatling guns will just make everything look. This is called weapons, isn't it? Just put the weapons in. I mean, once you've got one, you can just keep adding them. Oops. Just add them. I mean, this is just about making everything look tidy. I think it's quite important to do this from time to time, is so that you can kind of keep control of what you're doing. I don't want you to attack bases. I don't want you to attack warp drives or thrusters. Maybe I'll give you that profile. Certainly don't need to attack capital vessels. If we're having a problem with capital vessels, then we may have a bit of a problem. I think we can leave the extenders below, I think. Can't remember which group you'd put the extenders in. Anything else that's been knocked off the ships? Anything else that's been knocked off the ship? I'm kind of looking at this. Makes me feel that maybe there's something missing from this bit here. But then maybe it isn't. It's difficult to tell without reference to the original ship. Let's have a look round and see if we've lost anything else. So it's very difficult to tell on this ship whether a block's been blown out or whether it's Jeff Randall left it intentionally for aesthetic reasons. I think we're looking good. And I think what I want to do now is we're just going to go out for a little bit of a test drive, see how the ship will perform. Get back to here. We're going to put the shield on. We'll leave the ship to defend itself. It will. I mean, it's got plenty of ammunition. This is where it starts blasting everything in sight. But one thing I do need to do actually is save the template. Both of them. So we've saved the template. We've got that working. We've got plenty of ammunition in here. We're just going to make sure that it can fly. Otherwise that would be embarrassing. Need some fuel. So just pull in some fuel from general supplies. Actually, just realised something. You in there. Rename that container. Oh yeah, we got loot box. Sorry. Right, we're in the ship. Got thrusters on. I think what we're gonna do is just. I think I'm gonna kind of go south along here and see if we can find anything in that direction. And I'll just give you an example of basically what I've been doing. is. Right, there's a copper deposit there. We're going to head for it. I'm not going to mine it. What I'm looking for is drones, so that we can try out the new Vulcans and see what they're like. Actually, I think from the back it looks quite cool. Actually, the ship's a bit lopsided though. So we're looking for drones just to see how well the Vulcan cannons actually perform. Not every one of these deposits is defended by drones. Quite strangely, most of the time, the ones actually doing the defences are what are actually iron deposits. No, okay, so we're going to fly this way. Well, we can keep going south. Of course, when you're using the SV over the CV, you've got to be a bit more kind of keep your paths, when I say paths like these here, closer together, because the SV scanner's got less range than the CV scanner. I wish there was a way that you could actually upgrade the scanner. Maybe that'd be something that would be added in Project Eden as new technology. I mean, it'd be really great if there was like a top tier where you could scan virtually the whole planet in one go. I mean, I'd be quite happy with that, even if it was pretty expensive to build, because I think it would make life a lot easier. And possibly it could only be attached to, say, a capital vessel, not an SV. And then what that would do is open up the opportunity for a survey ship. I mean, that would be pretty cool. So we're not seeing anything down in this area. I don't think I really need to go much further south. We'll just kind of go slightly southwest. Now, I'm aware that this might not be particularly that interesting, so what I'll do is I'll just fly across the planet and see what I can find, so that we can test out the Vulcan guns. And I'll be back once we start to approach any drones or anything like that. So I'll see you once I've got something to shoot at. I'm just going to pause, because one thing I've just noticed, and I just want to show you this, is I drop down. You see we've got a whole field of pentaxid here. Oh, wow. Yeah, I've absolutely no idea who's down here, but there. Haha. What did I just kill? We'll just drop down and... Wow, that frightened the living daylights out of me. Well, we got ourselves a swamp golem. And while we're here, we'll just pick up a little bit of this raw pentaxid. Let's get back to... Whoops. I mean, this would be quite a good area to kind of pick up. I mean, I am going through quite a lot of pentaxid, so this is quite a little bit of an opportune area to land on. Right, let's just head back to the ship. I don't want to spend too long doing this. In fact, while I'm just doing this, I'll just talk about what will be in the next part. I think in the next part we'll probably have a go at the Karana Gardens, because I'm starting to really enjoy this planet, and I would like to do as many of the POIs on this planet as possible. Also, I've got a bit of a question, is that I'm kind of thinking about combining all the POI videos into a single playlist. I mean, I'll be completely honest, I've searched occasionally when I've got completely stuck on a POI, and I found it a bit difficult to actually find videos on a specific POI. So I thought, well, maybe if I put together a playlist that just contains the various POIs for Project Eden mainly, which someone can go through. So, I mean, what do you think of that idea? Do you think it's practical? I mean, I won't take them out of the current playlist. I'll just add the specific ones to another playlist. Got any opinions, feel free to chuck it in the comments. And just to show you what we just picked up, we'll go here, player. So we got a little bit of stuff here which we can, and we got some pentaxid, got some xeno substrate, and a little bit of there. We got a tiny little bit of neodymium. No zirconium or anything like that. Oh, yes, one thing I will show you is if I come into here and we go to capital vessel, and again it's the Scar Raider Mark 1. What I've done is I've got quite a lot of estrium and zirconium, because when I was looting down the last POI, I found, I think I found 3 tier 2 repair stations, which I've dropped in here. So that's got us to, we can say, just over halfway. This is another reason why I want to keep bashing away at the POIs on here, because what I'd like to do is have the new ship available before we leave this system, because obviously I've got to find some way to be able to join the 2 capital vessels together so that I can take them with me at the same time. So that would be the next problem, and it might trigger a rebuild of the current capital vessel, but it will depend on what the configuration of the 2 ships actually is. Anything I am noticing with this ASV is it's a bit slow now, probably because it's getting pretty close to its weight limit with the current thrusters. So we may have to possibly consider a thruster upgrade as well. Okay, we got a resource over there, so we're going to fly in that direction and see what we can find. Okay guys, we found the resource, but there's no good old silicon. I don't think I've ever been on a planet that's had so much silicon. Look, we got 39 deposits of silicon, 23 deposits of copper, and 13 deposits of there. So I'm just going to keep going, and I'll see you once we find the next interesting thing. Right, we found something with a minigun drone on it, so we're just going to go and say hello. I've got no idea what the range of these. For some reason the Vulcans. Gotcha. Obviously the Vulcans can't drop down. Well, I think we're attacking these with extreme prejudice. Seeing we shot them down, we might as well. We've got a few power cells, makes it worthwhile. And what I'm going to do is we've got a crash transport front now. Crash transports, as far as I know, don't really have that much on them, but we'll check it out, and then that would be it for the video. So we're just dropped down. I've got some cores on me. The only trouble with this planet is navigating the trees. Though I must admit, I'm getting quite good at just pushing the trees over. You get up enough speed and bump that. Not every tree will go down, but some of them will. The CV's better actually at knocking trees down. You can actually clear quite a big space for them. Yeah, we're just going to drop down. We'll just park on top. I'm not going to. And we'll just take a quick look at whether this has got anything of great potential. Not really feeling it. No. Don't think it's even worth coring, to be honest. I mean, we could just well, we found got some wire cables. That's about it. Nah, I don't think this is really worth coring, to be honest. Just pick some steel plates out. I think this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you found it interesting. In the next part, well, what I'll do is I'll go around the planet again and try and open up some of these other areas that I haven't visited before. And then in the next part, we will do the Karana Garden or the trade station here. One of those two. I'm not sure which order I want to do them in, but until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.